Hey everyone, let's kick off April with another list. I've been putting this one off for so long, but I know you are all begging to see it. It's my top 10 favorite Steeljaws. I know there's not a whole lot of difference between each one, but that's the beauty of it really. I get to take my time and discuss the subtle nuances between gold weapons, silver weapons, and anything else I can find to discuss my favorite cassette. The best cassette, the coolest cassette.
Well, that's enough of that nonsense. Hello, viewers. I, as I'm sure you all know, am Megatron, and I have a long-standing bone to pick with our humble host. Number 2, indeed. Yes, he did let me indulge in my musical side, but none of you really watched it. So I feel that an appropriate act of revenge would be to take over his precious little channel and reveal some secrets. Secrets that this pompous proponent of positive pontification does not wish you dear viewers to know. That's right. I found his other list. A list of toys that, well, alas, poor Crankcase. Really, this spot could have been filled by any of the characters that utilize this mold. But our esteemed host only bought this one, and really, it was just out of lingering nostalgia for his childhood toy. The mold itself is serviceable, and looks like who it's meant to be, but it lacks a certain level of quality that one comes to expect in a modern toy design. His hollow legs are certainly an eyesore, and his knees are of a frustrating design that makes posing him an unpleasant experience. Then there's his frankly laughable chest blaster. Really? But it's the overall feel of the toy that frustrates our friendly showman. He finds it an exercise in frustration to transform, always afraid that the flimsy pieces will break. Crankcase is not without merits, however. As mentioned, he looks the part in both modes. They even sculpted some adorable little shoulder cannons to represent his old TriggerCon gimmick. But let's be honest, they aren't intimidating anyone. Not even his beloved Generation 2 is safe from his ire. Leadfoot should have been a triumph to behold, and in all fairness, his colors do look incredible. Even I will admit that. But it's his transformation that frustrates, nay, infuriates our good host. You should not need to take anxiety medication when thinking about converting a transformer. The legs in particular feel like they are on the verge of breaking every time. And while the metallic, dare I say transmetal, blue paint is beautiful, the fear of scratching while trying to manipulate this figure into what you want it to do is real. Such a shame, really, as he looked so nice in the promotional shots. Ah, now we see his true colors. All that talk about respecting Armada and feeling nostalgic for it. Nonsense. His feelings about Legacy Hotshot make it all quite clear. While, yes, his disdain is mainly due to a quality control issue on his particular copy. The knees are assembled wrong. Really, it's a minor complaint that just gives him the excuse to express frankly unjustified hatred towards this toy. I think our yellow friend is quite nice, in fact. His bright colors make an excellent target for a good friend of mine. But it's really the gimmicks of the figure, or rather the lack of them, that make this an inferior Hotshot. No minicon. No missile launchers. It really does take what made Armada fun and leaves you with a soulless shell of what it once was. Rhinox, my old friend, back again in Kingdom, and not looking so good. Don't tell anyone, but I've always respected Rhinox, and it's such a shame that this outing was admittedly a poor representation of him. Where to start? The colors are off, the sculpting is off, the head is off, and his once legendary chain guns of doom, reduced to serving plates of mediocrity. Then there's the transformation. As I've said, converting a toy should be fun, especially a mainline figure of a popular character. It shouldn't feel like a punishment, should it? Because that's what converting Kingdom Rhinox really is. A punishment. And the result, while looking like a rhino, is definitely lacking in the finesse and quality that one would expect for such a respected character. But if you thought Kingdom Rhinox disrespected his namesake... The truth hurts, doesn't it? On screen and in plastic form, Rise of the Beast Rhinox is truly a disappointment in every sense of the word. Colorless, joyless, restricted in articulation, lacking in a quality feel. This thing is to Rhinox as a Mad Lib is to Shakespeare. In its defense, it didn't have much to go on, what with his non-speaking, barely visible role in the movie. But really, did Rhinox deserve this? Converting Rhinox is an uninspiring affair. One could hardly call it a conversion at all. And while the rhino head is actually quite nice, the horn flaccidly flops around, and his legs can't be moved to any degree that resembles posability, leaving you with yet another disappointing beast mode. Perhaps a splash of color, inspired by his namesake, or even his transmetal successor, would have done this figure a service. But I don't think even that would redeem this toy from its crashing failure. And now, good viewers, I shall return you to the incapable hands of this channel's regular host. I haven't decided if the slight he delivered has been repaid, so you may see me again sometime in the future. Yes.
And there you have it, my top 10 Steeljaw variants. Wow, what a journey! Thank you so much for sticking with me. I know it got a little dry there in the middle, and who'd have thought the RID version would even make the list? But Steeljaw in any form is amazing, and he makes me happy. If you enjoyed this list, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And hey, if you want to support me and what I do, memberships are available. But for now, thanks for watching, and stay happy.